Okay. Hi, class. This is Mr. Lee here. Today we're going to learn about ratios. So, this is a 7th grade lesson. And today's learning objectives are you will be able to understand the concept of a ratio. You will be able to write a ratio in 3 different ways. And how to describe where ratios are seen in the real world. And then lastly, to understand the concept of unit rate to help solve these problems. So these are all the things that we're going to be learning today. So in the beginning, what is a ratio? Now a ratio is a comparison of 2 or more values. It's a relationship between 2 numbers. So it's like how to compare 2 things mathematically. For example of ratios, let's say we had these animals and we have a total of 5 animals. We have 2 cats and 3 dogs. Now, if we want the ratio of cats to dogs, now the importance is where the order comes in. Which goes first? Does cat go first or does dog go first? And in this case, cats go first. So the ratio of cats to dogs, we have 2 cats to 3 dogs. So we have a ratio of 2 cats to 3 dogs. Now the different ways of writing that is 2 to 3 because we know we want cats to dogs. So we have 2 cats to 3 dogs. Or we could write it with a colon, 2 colon 3. Or what is typically what most people do is a fraction. Okay, so don't be scared of fractions because fractions are ratios. Okay, they will help us out in this whole unit about ratios. So again, there are 3 ways to write it, and here are the 3 ways to write this: 2 to 3, 2 to 2 colon 3, and 2 over 3. And you could always say it the same as 2 to 3. Okay. Another example, if we did dogs to cats. Now, let's use the same example. We were able to use in the beginning, cats to dogs, but now we could use dogs to cats. So, in this case, we would write in 3 different ways: 3 to 2, with a colon, 3 to 2, with another fraction, 3 over 2. So again, you could go from cats to dogs or dogs to cat. Depending on which order you have, you will get a different answer. We could also do a ratio of cats, if we use the example, to the total number of pets. We have 2 cats to 5 total pets. So we could do 2 to 5, 2 to 5 with the colon, or 2 over 5 with a fraction. Again, there's 3 different ways. It depends on what we want to compare. In this example, we're comparing cats to dogs. Sorry about that. We're comparing cats to the total number of pets. Cats to the total number of pets. Another example, if you want to find the ratio of boys to girls. Now, as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boys to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls. So we want to do it as 8 to 5, 8 colon 5, and 8 over 5. Again, these are the 3 different ratios we have. We have to compare boys to girls, how many boys they have to how many girls they have. So let that sink in for a little bit. And as you can see, we're going from 8 to 5, boys to girls. Why do we care about ratios? We see them in our everyday lives. We see them at gas stations. We see them at grocery stores. And we also see them on our way home on the street. Now, with gas prices, we could talk about how much it costs per gallon. per gallon. Now remember, when we use per, it's a ratio, right? It's a fraction. Okay, when we use per, it means dividing. Tomatoes, we could write how many dollars per pound. It costs $1.49 per pound. Per pound, that's the ratio, per pound. And this is probably 5 miles per hour. Because we're in America, it's going to be 5 miles per hour. Or the pizza. How many slices of pizza there are in one pizza box? How much gas could you get from $30? Now that all depends, right, on each gas station. So you have to say, how much could I use $30 multiplied by my unit rate to get how much gas I could get. How long would it take me to drive to San Francisco? How many miles away? And how many miles per hour do I drive? So it all depends. Where will there be traffic? So, you could use a lot of ratios to figure out what to do. Like when you're taking a family trip, going to your friend's house, driving to school, right? You have to use your ratio to know when to leave. It takes you that much long, so then you would leave that much later. Let's remember, a unit rate is a comparison of two measurements in which one of the terms has a value of 1. So usually the denominator has a value of 1, right? Because we want our unit rate. So when they do like miles per gallon, the bottom one, gallon, is usually has a coefficient of 1. Unit means 1. Unit means 1. Okay, 1. Unit, or 1. Per, miles per gallon, dollars per pound, miles per hour, hours per night, slice of pizza per box. So that's all in one. So in Mrs. Hellstrom's period 1 class, there are 20 boys and 10 girls. The ratio of boys to girls, 20 to 10, 20-10, and 20-10. The unit rate is 2 to 1 because we reduce it by 10. So this one we need to divide by 10 and we get 2 to 1. That's the unit rate. So for every 2 boys, there is 1 girl. For every 2 boys, there is 1 girl. Can we use this information to help us predict how many total boys and girls are at our school? So Stephanie has 8 Jolly Ranchers and 5 Lollipops. Write the ratio of Jolly Ranchers to Lollipops in 3 different ways. Second question, there are 12 hamsters and 30 birds at the pet store. What is the ratio of birds to hamster? How can you represent this as a unit rate? And the third question, come up with your own example of where we see ratio in the real world. So at this time, I would like you to pause the video and figure this out. Solution 1. You have to write 8 to 5, 8 to 5, and 8 to 5. Solution 2. 30 to 12. We had to reduce it. So for 3 birds for every hamster. Three birds for every hamster. Solution 3. And please use your Padlet. And for more practice, go here.